Hi there. So we're having a couple technical difficulties. So I'll be flying solo tonight. Jeannie was supposed to be joining me, but thank you guys for coming out. I'm just going to give a couple minutes for some people to arrive here. If you're already in the YouTube channel, if you can comment and let me know. I'm trying to multitask here and figure out how I'm going to monitor the YouTube while I'm doing the broadcast. So my phone, got a second computer. Thank you for bearing with me on the technical issues, and we're going to try and get this all sorted out. Again, if you can comment on the Facebook, on the YouTube when you're in, that would be awesome. All right, I see a couple people are joining in. So again, having a few technical difficulties here. I was going to be presenting with Jeannie tonight, but it's just going to be me. I'm going to be flying solo, so bear with me. Trying to figure out how I can monitor your YouTube comments and interact with you guys while I'm doing this. So if you'll just give me a couple more minutes to figure that out. One thing that'd be super helpful if you can post a couple comments in YouTube or on the Facebook page somewhere so I know, where you guys can see me. Alrighty, so about to get started here. And we're going to be giving away free lip gloss tonight for the participants. So how you have a chance to win that lip gloss is I'm going to be asking questions along the way during the presentation. And if you can comment in the YouTube group, I have Jeannie with me who's going to be answering your comments there. I'm also going to be trying to watch them as I am presenting here and interact with you guys. And for every comment you leave us, you're going to get entered to win that free lip gloss. Also tonight, I'm going to be doing a contour demo. So let's get started here. I'm having a question come through saying the comments aren't showing. Okay, another technical difficulty. Sorry, guys. Let's, if everybody can see this, not quite sure why the YouTube is not allowing comments, which it did last time. I'm going to try and make a quick check my settings here. Our live chat enabled. Okay. So we should be able to comment, but I see where everybody else is seeing there's not a comment box. Not quite sure why that's happening. So let me take a look again, see if I can figure it out. Thank you again, guys, for bearing with me. I know it's taking a minute to figure all of this out, so I appreciate your patience tremendously. I do not know why it's not showing the comment section. Okay. Well, we can try going and commenting in the Facebook group under where the post for this YouTube link is. Again, sorry for all the technical difficulties. The commenting worked just fine last time. So I'm going to go ahead and kind of do a few comments in there. And let's see if everybody can get that working. All right, so if you are in the Facebook group, if you can tell me where your city and state, where you're from, joining us tonight, that's how we're going to get started. Okay. Problem solved. Again, sorry for the delay. The chat, it's actually a live chat instead of a comments. So if you look off to your right, to the right of my screen, you're going to see the live chat. It's just in a different place from the comment box. So that confused me as well. First time using the live chat. Would love to see who is on here with me. So go ahead, and if you'll enter your name and where you're viewing from, and we'll get started. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and bring up my presentation and give everybody a second to catch up here and find the comment box. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and get started. I'm actually in one quick chat. Again, the live chat is to the right side of this video that you can see. Just waiting for a couple people to write something in, so I know that people are able to get on. Again, sorry for the delay here. Okay, well, I'm going to go ahead and get started. I sent a couple of text messages trying to figure out if people can see me. But so there's not any more delay. I'm going to say hello. My name is Jennifer. I'm going to welcome you to the online Crunchy party. I'm really excited that you guys are joining us tonight. Also, Jeannie was going to be with us, but she'll be joining us from the chat. And throughout this party, you're going to have many opportunities to enter the drawing for the free lip gloss. All you have to do is comment on the questions in the YouTube comments. Hopefully, we'll be getting that going. Otherwise, you may have to figure out another way to have this event again with less technical difficulties. All right. So again, your first raffle ticket opportunity was to comment with your current city and state that you're attending our party from. All right, go. All right, so while you guys are doing that, I'm going to tell you a little bit about CRUNCHI. CRUNCHI is a revolutionary line of high-performance cosmetics. crafted with a combination of safe, certified organic, and EcoCert ingredients. CRUNCHI has set a new standard for cosmetic safety and efficacy, and women no longer have to compromise their health and safety for beauty or their beauty for health. So I was really excited as somebody who's very into health and wellness to discover CRUNCHI. I have always been looking for products that are safer for me to use. And, you know, I had been trying a bunch of different organic products with not a whole lot of, I wasn't very satisfied with how they worked. Sure, they were great. They didn't have all the toxins, but the performance of the makeup was not up to par. So as we continue, our next question is, what makeup brand are you currently using? All right, so let's talk a little bit more about how CRUNCHI differs from other brands. What's kind of scary to know is that the FDA does not really regulate the ingredients used in cosmetic products, nor will they be requiring them to be tested for their safety. So this is kind of a false sense of trust. You feel like you can go and buy makeup at the store, and it's not something that's going to make you sick or it's going to hurt you. But when independent studies have done, there's been some really scary ingredients that are in these cosmetics, including, I just read one study saying that they found lead in over 97% of the lipsticks that they tested. That's crazy. Lead. You know, they won't even let you work on, you know, repainting walls because they have lead paint. They know how dangerous this is, but somehow it's allowed to be in our cosmetics. Right? And while we're going through this, I would encourage you to go check out our ingredient list and see how safe and pure it is at CRUNCHI.com/Jennifer Gebhardt. And we're going to be having that link posted in multiple places. So go check it out. I encourage you to read the ingredients list and see how different CRUNCHI is really from the other brands. All right. So this is a fact that really shocked me. Did you know that your skin is the largest organ of your body, and since it's porous, it absorbs ingredients from the products you apply it to? Europe has banned more than 1,300 harmful chemicals from being in personal care products, while the United States has only banned 11. Such a tiny amount. It's crazy. The Environmental Working Group researchers at 2 major laboratories found an average of 200 industrial chemicals and pollutants in an umbilical cord blood from 10 babies who had just been born. That's pretty scary. The average amount of time it takes the substance to be absorbed into your skin is 26 seconds. Were you guys aware of any of this prior to tonight? Go ahead and leave us a chat on YouTube or on Facebook and let me know. Actually, we're having a little trouble with the chat on Facebook. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take a little pause. On YouTube, I'm going to take a little pause, and I'm going to adjust the settings to disable the live chat. And let's see if the normal comment section won't pop up so I can get some interaction with you guys. Okay. Well, the chat just went away. That didn't really help anything. Okie dokie. So I'm just going to keep going here, and I'm just going to run through this without the questions for those who are here because we're having some technical difficulties on that. My apologies. So let's go ahead and walk through our product line. And let's start with your face. We have our Smart Primer, Beautifully Flawless Foundation, the My Alibi Concealer, Brilliant Bronzer, and Translucent Finishing Powder. Our primer is balanced enough to use on both dry skin and oily skin, and fills in fine lines and wrinkles while adding lightweight moisture that will last throughout your day. I'll tell you, it is the concealer that really sold me on Crunchy. It's so light. It's completely free of any nasty ingredients. And I use all of these on a daily basis, including the concealer, which I use for some contouring, and the bronzer and the powder. I mean, this is just awesome stuff. And that primer's amazing for getting your skin prepared, filling in all the fine lines and wrinkles so that your foundation can go on flawlessly. And then we have 3 main eyeshadows: Curious, Allure, and Devious. Now, this is one of the questions I was going to ask you guys while you're telling us what you would love to try out of our product line. Tell us about your eyeshadow struggles. Do you wear it because you do not wear it because you don't know how to apply it? Are you concerned about what's in it? Or if you're like me, creasing was a pain. Now I would still wear it, but at the end of the day, at the end of a long day, I'd have these dark lines on my eye from creasing. One of the things I love about the Crunchy eyeshadows is I do not get the creasing, which is such a nice change that I can wear all day and it still looks fresh. The only thing, if I've had a full face of makeup on day, I may just put a little of the translucent powder on to freshen up, and I am good to go. There's also a Lashes for Day mascara, which will be getting currently out of stock, but it'll be in stock before the end of July, and we're super excited for that product. Mascara is one of those products that it's just chock full of nasty chemicals. All right, so are you a lip gloss lover? I was not, honestly, prior to Crunchy. I'd kind of switched over to lipstick because the lip gloss drove me crazy getting my long hair stuck in it. So since then, since starting with Crunchy, I have been totally changed over to a lip gloss gal. In fact, I wear date night almost every day. It's my favorite. We offer 9 wearable shades taking you from subtle to bold. Our lip glosses are crafted using coconut oil, sunflower, and jojoba oils. This never sticky formula is super healthy, dose of moisture, and anti-aging for your lips. If you're not so much into lipstick, we also have 7 beautiful shades of, to lip gloss, we have 7 beautiful shades of lipstick, ranging from this dark eggplant color, which I haven't gotten to try yet, it's beautiful, all the way to the perfect light nude pink color. My favorite is Fierce and Marilyn. Marilyn's that red, it's beautiful. The next question I was like, who wears blush regularly? I do. And that's one of the things I was going to show you guys tonight in the demo, is maybe you're not wearing blush because you don't know how much it can add to your look. So I'm going to give you guys some application tips of how you would apply your brush for an amazing finished product. If you're not using it, you definitely should. And we have 4 amazing colors out right now. The most popular one is called Crave. That's the one I use as well. So it's actually made out of cold press virgin organic argan oil. and so you're getting all this nutrition and antioxidant properties for your skin, and it's infusing your skin with these nutrients while adding a soft color to enhance your beauty. Now, one of the things that's typically found in blushes is talc, and you can do a little research on that. It's not a good safe chemical to be using, and this one is talc free for those who have sensitivities. Okay, and finally, our 100% vegan brushes. So these brushes have triple sealed fibers, and they're so soft to the touch. You really have to touch them to see the difference in them. They're quite amazing, and we have a variety of different brushes that will allow you to get that perfect finish with your makeup. You know, when you invest in a good brush can last you, over 10 years. It's definitely worth it. These are not made out of animal hair. They're 100% vegan, and they're so luxurious. Okay, so that completes the entire collection. If you have any questions, please jump in on the Facebook group. Jeannie's in there monitoring. I know we didn't have the interaction that we normally would on these events, but I appreciate everybody for bearing with me through the technical difficulties, and I would love to get your questions answered. And while we're doing that, just to kind of let you guys know that, we have a mission here at CRUNCHI to educate consumers about the dangers of cosmetic toxins, and in the process, provide safe, high-performing alternatives. If you're interested in joining us on the mission, we'd love to have you on our team. So please feel free to drop a comment in the Facebook or reach out to myself for more info. Okay, and finally, to see the whole collection of products, see the ingredient list for yourself, you guys can visit CRUNCHI.com/Jennifer Gebhardt. And if you're ready to switch to safer products, simply go to the website, choose what you'd like to order today. Feel free to ask any questions you may have. This party will be open for a little while. I'm still going to go forward and do my application demo, and then you can post questions to the Facebook page at any time. And one thing before I do that I want to make sure you guys know about is we have a complimentary, a super awesome special in July. If you purchase over $200 worth of product, you get a complimentary finishing powder and the loose powder brush. So that's a $76 value when you're stocking up on your CRUNCHI makeup. Alrighty, so I'm going to go ahead and go back to sharing my screen. See me again. Again, I'm sorry for the lack of interaction. I would have loved to talk to you guys tonight and see what's going on. But as I promised, a little demo. I'm definitely going to do that for you. So before we started, I just did some basic foundation. I did put on a little powder. I normally wouldn't put the powder on before I'm about to do the next steps, but I tend to have a little bit oily skin, and that gives a nice finish. I didn't want to see too much reflection of me when you're watching here. So other than the foundation that I've already put on, just a plain bare face, which is really easy. They have this amazing flat top foundation CRUNCHI brush. You just dab it on. I'm still working on getting CRUNCHI brushes of my own, so I use just a normal foundation brush and put it on. I always encourage you to use brushes. These are my favorite tools. If you've been putting makeup on with your fingers, stop. Once you start using brushes, you will never go back. Okay, so let's get started with the fun stuff, some contouring. I hope the lighting's okay in here so you guys can see. I try to get it as bright as possible. And what what the purpose of contouring, as I'm sure you know, is to kind of reshape your face a little bit, to show it off to its best potential. Everybody wants high cheekbones and a nice jawline and a balanced face. So we can do some basic things with our makeup to really highlight our best features, make us look awake, open our face up. I'm going to show you how I use CRUNCHI products. Now, I am not a professional makeup artist, so maybe that is a little relief to you. You don't have to be a professional to do these things. I frankly learned a lot of this on YouTube and just experimenting, and I think it comes out great, and I'd love to share it with you guys. So let me get started. What I always start with is a little highlighter. So I'm a 3, the medium foundation. So for a highlighter, I use the lightest concealer from CRUNCHI. I don't know. There we go. And I use a concealer brush. Okay. Now, as you can see I have some circles under my eyes. It's been a long day. That's pretty typical. And we want to get that bright openness. Now, I've made a post about this on the Safe Makeup page. What most people are going to do is this, just directly underneath the eye. And that definitely, you can see it looks a lot brighter here on that side. But what I want to show you guys how to do is the triangle. This is really going to open your face up. So you're going to come further down. And anywhere that we want to appear larger or brighter, we're going to make lighter. So we're going to use this, and I'm just going to dab it in there. You probably can't see as well, but I'm using a dabbing motion. It doesn't have to be perfect because I'm going to come back in later and blend it. Okay, but as you might be able to kind of tell already, excuse me, this is going to open up this whole eye area and make it look a lot brighter. And I bring it all the way up here towards my hairline, okay? So, again, we're looking for that nice high cheekbone look, bright, wide awake. Let me just do that right there. Okay. And then anything else, then you have to look at kind of the balance of your face. Is there something that you want to highlight and bring out? If you have maybe a really, short jawline, you want to open that up. I tend to have a little shorter forehead, so I'm going to add a little right up here to brighten that up. Again, this is one of my first times ever doing this live and looking at myself. So I just do a couple things here. Another big thing I do, if you want to make your eyes look bigger, use foundation on the lid. The highlighter on your lid, and then directly beneath your eyebrow to get that nice lift, arched look to your brow. You can already see how much more arched this side looks than this side, and there's a little bit of a lighting change. You can see how this eye looks a lot more open. I haven't even blended any of this in yet. It looks, still kind of patchy. So these are just the little details I do every day. And then finally, I like to do right in between and above my lip line. Okay. One other thing you can do if you want to accentuate your jawline, sometimes I put a little line right here. I'm going to be adding some bronzer there later. So now we've got the light done. And what I started doing with this is it's at this point that I start the blending. And I've got a flat top blending brush. I'm just going to come in, and all you're doing is pushing on the skin and kind of blending everything on in. I'm going to come over like that. Now you can see how this side's blended and this side you can still see my very obvious contouring there. We're going to go ahead and blend all of this in, including the stuff above the eye, the forehead. And I like to put a little on there and my lip, so I don't miss anything. Cheeks there. Okay. You already see how it's starting to get a lot more openness to this part of my face and a little bit more definition starting to come in here. So the next thing I'm going to use is the bronzer, and that's going to be like if you were using your darker shade. Now, anytime you just like the light makes something bigger, opens it up, the darker is going to make something appear smaller. So for me, I have a pretty strong jawline, so I generally want to kind of minimize that a little bit. Now, anytime you're applying this, there's a basic brush stroke where you draw a 3 on the side of your face. Depending on what you want to minimize or draw attention to or make more defined, you might put it a little bit darker in one of those areas. So I'll just start with the basic 3 here. Okay. And then for me, I'm going to put a little extra down on my jawline and then blend it into my neck. Okay, so you can kind of already see there, bear in mind I'm trying to do this, look in the reverse, how this side is starting to appear a little more refined. Okay, I'm going to do the other side really quick. The light's a little better and you can see that. And just brush all the way up into the hairline, down on the jawline, a little more. What I'm doing is I'm just putting a little bit of the bronzer on my brush, tapping it so I don't have too much, and then back up onto the temple, and I'm drawing that 3 again. Okay, so there I'm gonna blend this all in a little stronger. Remember, anything I want to minimize, I'm just gonna add a little bit more darkness to. Okay. You can kind of see there how now it's starting to highlight these features on my face and minimize for the jawline and everything. Now that's the basic, most important part. From here I'll do a little bit more blending just to make sure we don't have any lines. I'll use the same brush and kind of blend all of this in here. The temples and everything. And then I'll be finishing with my powder, the translucent powder. Okay. And this is really easy. You just apply it. This is a nice big powder brush. The Crunchy one is amazing. I can't wait to have one of my own. And you just go in circles. Really make sure everything's blended in, that there's no shiny spots, especially if you're like me and you have oily skin. This stuff is amazing. I'll tell you, I went out for my birthday and we were out at a rooftop bar, and it was, anybody in South Florida knows how warm it is this time of the year. And what I did is I put a little bit of this in my purse with a small travel brush. And by 1:30 in the morning, when everybody else is looking like they've been outside all evening, I was able to go in, touch up my makeup, and have a fresh looking face, like I'd been in the AC all night. All right, so the last step for the contour look is applying the blush, as I mentioned. So, one second. Sorry guys, my blush is out of reach here. I'm gonna have to grab that really quick. So I'm gonna put that on my brush the same way that I did the bronzer. And this is a really cool tip, is you start on your apples of your cheeks, and that's where most people apply it. But if you sweep all the way up your cheekbone, I know it's a little hard to see, the lighting isn't great and the video isn't great on these, but it keeps that high cheekbone look, and it doesn't muddy up your V, so you can see how it keeps it really bright underneath your eye. You've got that nice appearance of a high cheekbone. Everything else is minimized. That's what we're going for, right, ladies? So there you go. That is the promised application tips. I'll be doing another video probably in a daylight setting, so I can post that and you guys can see it again. And thank you guys for joining. Unfortunately, we didn't have the comments and interaction that I would have loved to have. It was a lot of fun on our last Crunchy call, but we'll get that sorted out for next time, and we'll definitely be having another one of these events here in the near future. And again, thank you for bearing with me on the technical difficulties. And remember that website, if you want to check out the Crunchy products for yourself, is CRUNCHI.com/Jennifer Gebhardt. And that'll be located on the YouTube page. And also on the Facebook page. So I'm going to go ahead and stop the broadcast now. I know we've had, a couple technical difficulties. I will repost this replay, so anybody who really wanted to see the demo, who had missed it, they can check that out too. Thank you guys for joining me, and I look forward to having you on another call.